Luna, it's not time for you to eat. Oh. Hello, friends. So today I am joined by my husband, Sean, and we are going to be doing the birthday book tag because it is Sean's
29th birthday.
For the second
Just
time.
Kidding.
He's 30th.
Yes. Birthday.
He is having a quarter life. Well, that'd be a really long
Yeah.
life. A third life
Oh, no.
crisis. And he's not looking forward to turning 30, but I am excited for him to turn 30. Some of our friends are coming over, and we're going to have a dinosaur-themed party. And you
Gotta keep it young.
You definitely just
Yeah.
blew air into my eye. It kind of ricocheted off of my glasses.
I wasn't expecting it.
It's exciting. We're excited, and we thought to bring the excitement to all of you, we would have Sean do the birthday book tag. If you're new and you don't know, Sean is also a big reader. He just happens to read slightly different things than I do, so maybe you'll get some recommendations from today or some books that pique your interest. Or at the very least, you'll gain an appreciation for different tastes. But either way, we're going to try maybe for a couple of them to add a little bit of a twist where I have to try to guess what he's going to say for the answers. I feel like I'm not going to get any of them. But that's okay. It'll be fun. Jumping into it, the first one. Would you like to read the question?
Oh, sure. Birthday Cake. A book with a plot that seems cliche, but you adore it anyway.
Okay, so if I were to guess, I jokingly said this earlier, and I'm just going to stick with it.
Mm-hmm.
Sean reads a lot of campus novels, which, because he reads a lot of literary fiction, campus novels are ones where it follows a professor, those kinds of books. And so I think that can be kind of a cliche at this point.
I agree. That's a cliche, for sure.
But now that he just said that, I'm guessing that I'm wrong, and that's not.
Well, I do think it's a cliche. I also don't think I read a lot of campus novels.
So many times.
I think I've read like 2 or 3.
You've read more. So many times that he tells me about the books he's reading. He's like, it follows a professor, or it follows these students at this university, and that's a lot of them.
Well, I went a slightly different route. Don't look. Oh, I can't find it.
Did you go not a novel?
No, I did.
Okay.
I went a novel. So I went with a cliche that we see on television, and that is the police procedural.
Oh, dang
like Law and Order and things like that.
That was going to be my next guess.
Oh.
Is it? I still haven't looked. Is it going to be like the one, LA Confidential? That author?
No, it's not that author.
Still wrong.
It's Lush Life by Richard Price. And it is a police procedural, and it is a murder mystery, sort of. But I think it takes the police procedural to new heights. I recommend it. Actually, I like this book quite a bit. A lot.
Most of the books.
Yeah, all these books I like. Yeah.
Can you hand me my drink?
Here's your drink.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
The next question.
Party guests.
Our party guests are going to be Connor and Enrique.
Oh my gosh.
Hello.
Just expose their names to the internet. Those aren't their real names.
They are such unique names. People will for sure be able.
They'll track them down.
They'll search Enrique, Arizona, and they'll find
him. Your most anticipated book release this year.
Okay, here's my guess.
Okay.
The New Vinland Saga.
Oh, that's a good answer. That's better than that's also one. You get a point for that because that's one.
Okay.
I was going to say don't look.
Well, you're about to reveal it.
Well, I was just gonna say don't look at my pile.
Oh.
Jonathan Hickman's Avengers. They're reprinting the omnibus, and even though I already own all of it in hardcover, I want to own the omnibus. Actually, there's 2. The first omnibus is being re-released. So,
and what
Jonathan Hickman
makes Jonathan Hickman so special?
Weird science nonsense. Like, it's there's lots of things in his Avengers where, I mean, they don't talk like people. They talk like somebody's idea of what a person might sound like. That's weird. It makes this. I'm not saying Jonathan Hickman's a robot, but
maybe Jonathan Hickman is a robot. He's the artificial intelligence that just makes stories.
Exactly.
They plugged in all the other Avengers that have been written.
Yeah, and then
an artificial intelligence came up with that. Hear heavy breathing. It's Luna. She's right over here.
Question 3. Birthday presents. A book that surprised you with how much you loved it.
Oh my goodness, Luna Bear. Luna Bear thing. Oh my gosh, she keeps pawing at me because she wants her dinner, and it's not even close to that time.
She does look very cute, though.
I know. I wish everybody could see you.
Birthday presents.
Birthday presents. Okay. Well, just because we're talking about Sean's birthday, we did get him the last edition of the Full Metal editions of Full Metal
that's
Alchemist.
true. That's
so
true.
that was a present he got. What was the question again?
I think it surprised me how much I liked it.
Oh.
I already forgot. Wow. See, that's my
that's right.
age showing. My
That's
age.
right. That is the question.
Yeah. Surprised me how much I loved it.
I don't know. Do I get any hints?
I read it this year.
That's not the most helpful hint. Oh, I know. It's the John Adams.
No. But I
Oh.
also was surprised at how much I liked that.
I feel like I am actually
You're
answering.
getting points. You're getting half points. I'm trying to keep it real for our fantasy friends. I loved Perdido Street Station. I
A
am
review
actually,
to come.
actually quite. I don't want to say I'm shocked at how much I liked it, but the end, I was like, oh, that's a really good ending. So, there you go. Perdido Street Station.
Filmed a review for it months ago.
Months ago.
At this point. So I asked him, I said, do you think that that is a fitting book for October, for the fall season, for all the creepy stuff? And he was like, yeah. And I was like,
There's definitely some creepy stuff in there.
And then I asked, do you think you can have it edited by October? And he's like, I think I can do that. So you'll get a review in a couple of months. Next question.
All right. Question 4. The Happy Birthday Song, a book that certainly deserved all the hype it got.
Oh, you're going to say Infinite Jest.
No, I didn't say Infinite Jest. But I would also, that's another good point, half point.
Are you just trying to pick ones that you thought I wouldn't say?
No, I'm not. That's not true. Stoner by John Williams. Everyone said it's amazing, and I agree. I don't know. This has been called the perfect novel by some guy on the back.
And one of my patrons thought it was great. They didn't say it was a perfect novel.
Yeah.
Fresco.
The critic Morris Dickstein. Much rarer than a great novel, it is a perfect novel. I feel like with that kind of hype, that's why I picked it.
I just think
But it was also unknown
a
for
lot
decades, so maybe not the best choice.
Happy Music, a book with some very beautiful and truly memorable quotes. I could say that about... I don't know what to guess for this one because you have a lot.
I do feel like this one I go like, it's got the most amazing writing ever.
Oh.
All the time.
East of Eden?
No.
Okay. I'm trying to think of one where you... Because you often praise the writing.
But this is like
Oh.
unfair.
Thomas Pynchon.
Yes.
Gravity's
correct.
Rainbow?
That's correct. That's
Even though you
full
don't
points.
know what's going on.
Full points. It doesn't even matter.
It matters
I
a little.
want to tell everyone out there, I probably grasped like 1% of this book. And some of you out there might grasp 2% of it. But the joy is in its prose. And if I was more prepared, I would have read an excerpt. But I'm not prepared. So, Gravity's Rainbow.
Your favorite question. Getting Older. A book that you read a long time ago, but you think that you would appreciate it more if you read it as a more mature reader.
So I want to preface this by saying one thing. I have an answer for something that I have not read recently and I would actually like to reread. And then I have another answer of something that I did read.
Crime and Punishment.
No.
Are you serious?
No. Catch-22.
Dang it. Why do I always
I read
do
this
that?
in high school, sort of. And I was like, meh. But I read this. Did I read this last year? I
think
last
so.
year, yeah. I read it, when we were in Glacier National Park. And I love it.
So pretty.
Fantastic book. And then my actual, I want to reread it as an adult, really, is The Sound and the Fury.
Una doesn't want you to read it.
The book I actually want to reread is The Sound and the Fury, which I remember liking, but I want to read it again. Make sure I actually like it. This is the last question. Sweet Birthday Memories, a book that kept you incredibly happy during a sad or demanding period of your life.
I don't know. what you're gonna say for this.
So,
Something from 2020.
yes, and what I could recall was you had to have an appendectomy.
Oh,
But
yeah.
when you were in the hospital in the early morning hours, and I didn't know why you were in the hospital, I was a little worried. And at that time, I was reading American Tabloid
A really cheery book.
by James Elroy, which is not a cheery book. But I do distinctly remember sitting on the couch when the couch was actually in a different position. It was over here. And getting a text that it was appendicitis. And not that I was like, well, Jesus, fine. But I was more,
relieved at
I'm
that
pretty
point.
relieved at appendectomy. I've had one myself. So.
Leading up to it,
And I was reading James Elroy.
I
That's
had
the
a
one.
little surgery story when that all happened because I had what are considered abnormal symptoms. So it wasn't clear that I had that.
No, it was not.
But also, after everything else that had happened in 2020, poor Sean, I already had a lot of instances of, someone else that we love going back and forth to the hospital, and that person passed away. And then I ended up in the hospital, and poor Sean was very worried.
I was very weird.
And American Tabloid.
American Tabloid saw me through.
That's why books are so important.
Well, happy birthday to me. Thank you for watching. And maybe some of you out there have read Stoner. I know at least one person out there has read Stoner. That's the end of the video.
Are you excited for your birthday?
Sure. Yeah.
You sound really excited.
Very excited. Very excited. Can't wait. It's just a number. Age is just a number.
Hey, that's just a number.
It's just a number. All right. Bye.
Thanks for watching. Hope you have a great rest of your day. Be on the lookout in October for his review of Perdido Street. And we'll see you all later. Bye.